Hello and welcome to Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. The headlines: Tinubu laments insecurity in Northwest Zone. States battle NLC over 30,000 wage payments default claim. Jump Vice Chancellors to decide admission cutoff July 18. Now the news in details. President two-day summit themed Regional Cooperation for Securing Lives and Livelihoods in the Northwest Nigeria, organized by the Northwest Governors Forum in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme. The president, who was represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, said the security issue in the Northwest was not a sectional matter, adding whenever any part of the country was ailing, others will be affected. He, however, assured Nigerians that his administration would not rest on its oars until banditry, terrorism, and other forms of insecurity were eliminated. In the past 15 years, Nigeria's security landscape has been troubled primarily by the Boko Haram insurgency and the more recent surge in the banditry. Boko Haram, the proscribed Islamic sect, has wreaked havoc in the northeast for over a decade, leading to thousands of deaths and displacement of millions. Its tactics include bombing, kidnapping, and guerrilla warfare, targeting both civilians and military installations. In recent years, however, banditry has emerged as another significant security threat, particularly in the northwestern states, where unidentified gunmen carry out mass abductions, village raids, and cattle rustling, creating a state of lawlessness and insecurity. House of Representatives Committee on Science and Engineering has called for more budgetary allocation to aid efficiency of research at Sheda Science and Technology Complex, SHESTCO, in Abuja. Committee Chair Inuwa Garba, who spoke during an oversight visit to SHESTCO yesterday, decried the state of the complex due to lack of proper funding. Garba, explaining research is the bedrock of development, said Nigerians should not be left behind in science and technology. The lawmaker noted the organization is not living up to expectations due to government negligence for the facility. Director General of SHESTCO, Professor Paul Onyenekwe, lamented that the organization operates with less manpower. Onyenekwe said that they are collaborating with universities to tackle the lack of manpower and called for more electricity to support equipment in the organization. In their ongoing fight against illegal oil bunkering in Abia State, the Nigerian Army raided illegal mining sites at Abiaku in Ukwa West local government area on Monday evening, arresting 17 suspects involved in the illicit activities. This is an addition to 7 other suspects arrested by the military on Friday last week at the Ismiri waterside in the same Ukwa West local government area of the state. Speaking at the illegal refinery site with over 15 illegal refineries, the General Officer commanding 82 Division, Major General Hassan Dada, who was accompanied by the Commander 14 Brigade, Nigerian Army, Ohiafia Brigadier General Olushola Diya, as well as top military brass within the division, said, "We are here in the furtherance of the operations that the media was invited about few days ago about illegal oil bunkering that is taking place here in Obieku, which is degrading the environment." One of the suspects, a lady, said she was only selling cellophane materials when arrested, stating that she sells to people from Abia, claiming that she could not recognize any of the 16 other suspects arrested with her. Cellophane was seen to be one of the major materials in the illegal oil refinery business in the area. You're watching Countrywide on Benue Television. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. Some states yesterday clashed with the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) over an allegation of default in the 30,000 naira minimum wage payment. The Labour Center listed Abia, Bayelsa, Delta, Enugu, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Niger, Borno, Sokoto, Anambra, Imo, Benue, Taraba, and Zamfara as states not paying the expired minimum wage signed into law 5 years ago. Assistant General Secretary of the NLC, Chris Onyeka, who gave the position in Abuja yesterday, claimed that many states' governors flout the Minimum Wage Act because they do not believe in the sanctity of the law. The Labour leader said many governors were unwilling to pay civil servants their salaries because they see the state resources as theirs and are, therefore, not willing to share with workers who create the wealth. But Kogi, Enugu, and Benue faulted NLC's claim, saying they were not in default. Zamfara stated paying the 30,000 naira minimum wage this month. Edo State has been paying 70,000 naira since May in anticipation of the new minimum wage. In his national broadcast on June 12, President Bola Tinubu said that an executive bill would soon be sent to the National Assembly to formalize the new minimum wage agreement. It followed the conclusion of negotiation by the Tripartite Committee, while the government and the organized private sectors agreed on 62,000 naira. Labour demanded 250,000 naira. Our consummate journalist, lawyer, and administrator, Mr. Olatunji Bello, will take charge of the Consumer Protection Commission following his appointment yesterday by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bello rose to become editor of the Sunday Concord and National Concord at various times. He was also chairman editorial board of this day. He was secretary to the state government in Lagos State between 2015 and 2019. Prior to that, he was commissioner for the environment and water resources in the state. A statement by special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, disclosed that his appointment as chief executive officer, executive vice chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission would take effect after his confirmation for the role by the Senate. Let's take another break. We'll take more news after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Countrywide. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, alongside Vice Chancellors of universities, rectors of polytechnics, and provosts of colleges of education, among other stakeholders in the education sector, will meet July 18, 2024 to decide the cut-off or minimum benchmark for admission. Benue Television reports that JAMB on April 29, 2024 released the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination results, and out of the 1.9 million who sat the examination, 8,401 scored 300 and above, 77,070 scored 250 and above, 4,309 scored 200 and above, with 1.4 million scoring below 200 pass mark. The meeting, scheduled for July 18, will be chaired by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, in Abuja. Recall that stakeholders had, in previous years, agreed on the minimum admission requirements for admission into universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. The meeting this year will determine the admission requirements while kickstarting the admission process for the current year. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State has approved the purchase of fertilizer worth about 5.0 billion naira to support smallholders farmers in the states. This move aims to facilitate food sufficiency through massive agricultural transformation. According to a statement by the governor's spokesperson Sanusi Tofa in Kano on Tuesday, the approval was given during the 15th State Executive Council meeting. He explained that the fertilizer would be sold to farmers at a subsidized price, demonstrating the governor's commitment to providing access to quality and affordable agricultural inputs. This move follows the governor's previous purchase of grains worth billions of naira, distributed to vulnerable people in the state to alleviate hardship. With that, we've come to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. Tinubu has lamented insecurity in Northwest Zone. States battle NLC over 30,000 naira wage payment default claim. We also told you that JAMB Vice Chancellors to decide admission cutoff July 18th. Thanks for being part of Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. Remain blessed.